Hi, Holly. So this is the next question, and this question focuses on equestrian, and they're asking about control, really about controls in general. So just before I talk about this question in particular, it does ask about control activities. So I'll go here straight away. If you remember, I talked about the five components once upon a time about control when you think about an organization. So there's control activities, but there's actually five. Crime, CRIME was the way we used to remember them. So CRIME, but control environment really there. And these are all important for understanding what the components are of an internal controls system. The control activities are just part of that. So let's look at that. And you can read through this again. I believe this is um, this is chapter, let's see, one second. This is, I believe, chapter 8. Yeah, so chapter 8. So if we scroll down, if we now look at what the control activity, you have them already. Now, you remember, I think there's an acronym, OAP spasms or SOAP maps, that sort of thing is your way of remembering what they are. But I mean, I've looked at your answer and it's good. So you want to get that as well. You want to be happy and comfortable with this area. So let's look at your answer. Yes, and just see and just tick that off as well and be happy with that. Um, so what are we talking about here? So they've asked for four different control activities. You've talked about segregation of duties. You've talked about physical controls. You've talked about performance reviews, okay, and you've talked about the risk of fraud and error. Authorization, sorry, you've talked about authorization, correct? Performance reviews, identifying actual spend. Yeah, that's a control activity. Imagine that would be not authorization. That probably will come under. Let's see. That would probably come under performance reviews, right? So you've got performance reviews up there. So I'm trying to find the OAP breakdown. But if you look in your notes, I'm almost going to put here. I'm just going to Google it just because I'm so sure there's a nice acronym for it. It's very SOAP maps. I'm just gonna do that and just see. Right, right. SOAP maps. Here we are. I like this one here. So this is the one I remember I use a lot, which is why when I saw your performance reviews, it was rather it's very kind of segregation of duties, authorization, approval, physical controls, supervision. So this is something you could use, and we have it. It's in there in your text as well, drawn out, written out differently. Cool, great. Now, and then to be fair, the next question you do blitz through it well, because there's so much wrong with this business that I'd be surprised if you didn't, um, if you weren't happy with this question. So much, really. Um, we can see here, there's just problems everywhere. Um, and you really do pick all of them up. You know, you pick up everything and your controls are good. You talk again about there's a problem, there's the risk. You really highlight them. Here we are. All these are very, very good. Um, yes, receiving help from payroll. Again, they should review the work taken up by human resource. Exactly. You can't have payroll doing the work of HR. There's a consequence here, duplication, even fraud, if you like, setting up of ghost workers. You know, here this guy sends an email. I mean, there's so much here. It should be made by the board, very good. And talk about the consequence again, risk of error and fraud, credit check. So literally everything you've written is brilliant, really here. So I think again, um, I have a feeling this was out of 20. So this is out of 16. I probably would have given you 14, close to 14. And for your earlier work on those SOAP maps, yeah, so look at those up in your text. You probably have, I think I'd have put you at um, maybe 2 out of 3, 2 out of 4. So if we're good looking at 16 out of 20, and that's healthy. Yeah, so I think that's really good. That's good. I mean, here you have everyone having access to the secure area code. You know, they're very, you know, they're quite. You should nail those definitely 100%. So good. Well done. Well done.